Hello, Elisabeth. Congratulations. It was a very fine victory today. Please tell me, were you surprised by Nana's choice of the opening today?
Yes, because Dragon was not on my pipeline when I prepared for her, because her last Dragon game was like 15 years ago. And then I was thinking like, okay, should I go for the main line? But then, I mean, obviously like she might have prepared T5, and this is quite concrete. And if I go for concrete lines and she's better prepared, it's not a good idea. So I decided like to somehow sneak myself out of it.
But so here you played castle, and well, maybe it was sort of déjà vu, situation, because you already played something like this, and your opponent played b5, but you don't remember.
No, first of all, I don't remember, but it seems like even this game must have been like 20 years ago. My fear system still works fine.
Okay, so after castle, rook fc8, rook a d1. For the moment, everything looks natural. Knight d7, you exchange the dark square bishops, and f4. Here I like your position very much.
Yes, because I understood. I mean, like what she did with rook fc8 and knight d7 looked very logical. But when I was calculating it, I understood that after f4 she doesn't have any good move. Because if she takes on b3, then actually this is kind of good for me, because I will not have any worries on the queen side. And if she doesn't take, she has to be aware that I will at some point take and maybe play e5 and stuff like that. So, I mean, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't be happy either, because practically speaking, I think it's quite difficult for black.
Okay, so it was bishop b3, and here there was a very critical moment. I just wanted to show you that the computer, I analyzed the variation, and it looked completely strange to me here when you played rook d3. Have you analyzed this move?
Well, actually, when I played rook d3, I understood she could play d5, but it was too late. Because I understand that, I mean, I'm a pawn up, she plays queen b6, and actually, she takes, and then she plays queen b6, and I have probably nothing, And I saw it, but it was already too late, because, somehow, when I played rook d3, I didn't even think about this move d5. And then when I played it, I saw it, but fortunately, she didn't do it.
Yes, it was a very powerful and very surprising defensive resource. So Nana didn't go for this line, and here there was a critical moment. Let's say here where you hesitated.
I wasn't sure whether I should play knight d5 at all.
But here, did you consider knight f6?
Well, I was calculating it as well, and then this is like the dilemma when you have to take a decision. And you can go for the tactical one with knight takes f6, where you need to prove your dynamic advantage, or you go for the practical one, where you just take some material and hope it will be enough. And according to one of my coaches, Tiff Yakov, it's always good to go for the practical choice, But actually, according to my character, it's much more likely to play knight takes f6. But somehow I decided today, why I should... it's not risking anything. I wanted to play f5 here, king g7, and then I was even calculating here something like queen d2 or something. That's what I was thinking. And or f takes c6, also interesting in queen d2. But somehow I decided that with knight c7 I'm exchange up, and if nothing goes wrong, actually it's fine. But then I understood in the ending everything went wrong for me.
There was probably another critical moment in the game here after rook d3. The computer hesitates, he doesn't see much for you, and f6 was, yes, probably a decisive mistake in this game.
Yes, she missed that I can open up and her king is very weak. And, fortunately, I saw that. I saw it late because somehow, it didn't cross. I wanted to play king d1, but then I understood like that actually I cannot play it because of knight f2. Yes. And then I was wondering, why did I play rook d3? And then I remembered, I played rook d3 because, she wants to play e5, f6, e5. And suddenly like this b4 move popped up, but maybe like she has to take, but it's of course like, here I knew that I can never lose, but I can only win.
Completely winning,
yes, king e8, and here I wasn't sure whether I can take on b4 if I have to play rook d7. This is something which I had to calculate a bit, but I think I would have managed, because I would have given like one check to save time and then calculate it. But I was happy that she missed before, because suddenly the game changed in a very preferable way. So somehow I misplayed the ending, or maybe the ending is just not such an advantage as I thought it was. I don't know.
No, I think the rest is a very clean victory for you. And you mentioned one of your coaches, so I wanted to ask you, what was probably the most surprising advice that your coach gave you?
I mean, like, okay, I mean, I was working with different people, and actually, like, the most, like, the biggest advice I got was actually from Sergei Tivyakov. And he told me, like, when you are, like, positionally better, there is no need to go for dynamics. Because in this moment, when you go for dynamics or sacrifices, you have to prove yourself. But if you just, like, continuing outplaying your opponent positionally, it's from the practical choice much better. And actually, he told me this after I lost a game in the World KO system, I think somewhere like 2018 against Molina in the first round. I was totally, like, better from the positional point of view, and then I started to play dynamically. The computer even gave it, but the problem was, like, the next 10 moves I also had to play correctly, and I didn't manage. And this was a moment when he told me this, and this was a moment when I started to kind of change my mindset in a way that sometimes it's good to go for the practical choice. Also, like, for my nerves and for my age, it's actually not a bad thing.
Thank you, Elisabeth. That was a very important victory for you. You're back in the race. So good luck for the last rounds. And, well, hopefully we'll see you once again.
Thank you.
Well done, Elisabeth. And your road ahead as we look to the sprint to the finish.
Right, she actually has